Users had to navigate between pages, submit forms, and wait for responses. But then something remarkable happened. A new scripting language called JavaScript breathed life into these static web pages. It enabled developers to create engaging user experiences with features like form validation and simple animations. This marked the beginning of a revolution that transformed the web from a collection of documents into a dynamic platform for applications. Today, JavaScript stands as one of the most popular programming languages in the world. Millions of websites rely on it to deliver interactive features. But have you ever wondered about the origins of this influential language? How did it come into existence? Who were the key players behind its creation? And what were the challenges they faced in shaping the JavaScript we know today? Join us as we delve into the fascinating story of JavaScript, exploring its history, evolution, and the impact it has had on web development. Get ready to discover the untold story of JavaScript, the language that put the interactivity in our interactive web. The year is 1995, and the internet is buzzing with excitement. Web development was a nascent field, an uncharted territory where creativity knew no bounds. But there was a problem, a big one. The web was a mess. It lacked consistency, reliability, and above all, interactivity. Enter Brendan Eich, a gifted engineer who would soon change everything. Armed with his programming prowess and a mission to create a better web experience, Eich embarked on a journey that would give birth to a scripting language that would take the world by storm. A language that would not just revolutionize web development, but would become the backbone of the internet itself. A language that we now call JavaScript. As exciting as this may sound, the actual process was far from glamorous. Eich found himself in a race against time. He had just 10 days to develop a scripting language that would meet the standards set by Netscape Communications. The stakes were high. Netscape wanted to release a new version of Navigator that included support for Java applets, small programs that could be embedded in web pages. However, the team at Netscape soon realized that the Java applets were too cumbersome to develop and deploy. They needed a simpler, more efficient solution. That's when Eich was brought in. He was given the task of creating a lightweight scripting language that could be embedded in HTML, the language used to create web pages. Using his extensive knowledge of programming languages, Eich quickly designed a language that was easy to learn and use. He named it LiveScript, later renamed JavaScript. In just 9 days, he delivered a working prototype that met the requirements set by Netscape. On May 10, 1995, history was made. What started as a small project soon became the cornerstone of web development. Websites came to life, interactivity became the norm. And the internet as we know it today would never be the same, but the story doesn't end there. In the early days, JavaScript was primarily associated with Netscape Navigator. However, as the web matured, the need for standardization became apparent. In 1997, the European Committee for Standardization, known as ECMA, took the initiative. They formed a new scripting language standard known as ECMAScript. The first edition, ECMAScript 1, was released in June 1997. This marked a significant step forward for JavaScript. It provided a standardized platform that allowed developers to write code once and run it consistently across different browsers. Since then, ECMAScript has undergone significant transformations. Every year brings a new edition with fresh syntax, new capabilities, and enhanced performance. Yet amidst these changes, JavaScript has remained steadfastly backward compatible. New versions build upon the language's foundation without breaking compatibility with older code. This has ensured that millions of existing websites continue to function smoothly while developers can harness the power of cutting-edge features. Moreover, ECMAScript has embraced change, anticipating and accommodating the evolving needs of modern programming. Asynchronous programming, a way to handle operations that take an unknown amount of time without blocking the main thread, is now a fundamental part of the language. This has made it easier for developers to build responsive and efficient applications that can handle tasks like fetching data from a server or processing user input. Furthermore, newer versions of ECMAScript have focused on simplifying asynchronous code and improving maintainability, allowing developers to write cleaner, more readable code that is easier to understand and modify. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of ECMAScript is its ability to adapt and evolve while maintaining its core principles. From its humble beginnings as a simple scripting language to its current status as a powerful programming language, ECMAScript has come a long way. The introduction of features like classes, modules, and top-level await has made it more capable and developer-friendly. Looking ahead, ECMAScript shows no signs of slowing down. Regular updates allow developers to adopt features incrementally, benefiting from new capabilities without having to wait for major revisions. This iterative approach ensures that the language remains fresh, vibrant, and well-suited to the demands of modern web development. In conclusion, the story of ECMAScript is one of innovation, collaboration, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. From the early days of Netscape Navigator to the standardization of ECMAScript, the evolution of JavaScript has been nothing short of remarkable. The contributions of Brendan Eich and many others have shaped the language we know today and continue to push the boundaries of what is possible in web development. As we look to the future, we can be confident that ECMAScript will continue to deliver new and exciting features that empower developers to create innovative solutions for the ever-evolving world of web applications. So now you might think, okay, so we've got this amazing technology that makes websites so interactive. Developers must be using it everywhere, right? Well, hold on to your seats because that's not the whole story. Imagine this. You're browsing through websites, marveling at the interactive elements and dynamic animations. You're thinking, wow, this must be the result of using ECMAScript everywhere. But guess what? You're wrong. Not even close. In fact, for quite some time, most major browsers didn't support ECMAScript at all. Internet Explorer, the dominant browser in the late 90s and early 2000s, did not support ECMAScript natively. This meant that developers had to rely on third-party tools to emulate ECMAScript functionality within Internet Explorer. This fragmented the user experience and made it challenging for developers to create consistent applications across different browsers. Even when other browsers adopted ECMAScript, there were differences in implementation. Each browser had its own quirks and limitations, leading to a patchwork of incompatible behaviors. This inconsistency made it difficult for developers to build applications that worked seamlessly across different platforms. Fast forward to 2009, finally, after years of anticipation, a major milestone was reached. Google Chrome, a new kid on the block, became the first browser to fully support ECMAScript 5. This was a game changer. Developers could now write applications that took advantage of the full range of ECMAScript features without worrying about browser compatibility. But here's the kicker: Internet Explorer lagged far behind. It wasn't until 2012 that Internet Explorer 10, almost a decade after the release of ECMAScript 5, finally caught up. Now you might be wondering, why did it take so long for Internet Explorer to catch up? Well, it's a tale of missed opportunities and shifting priorities. Initially, Microsoft, the company behind Internet Explorer, focused on developing technologies such as ActiveX and Silverlight to enhance the browser experience. These technologies, however, were proprietary and limited to the Internet Explorer ecosystem. As the web community moved towards open standards, Microsoft struggled to keep up. By the time they realized the importance of embracing ECMAScript fully, other browsers had already raced ahead. This delayed the widespread adoption of ECMAScript and hindered the progress of web development as a whole. Fortunately, the tide began to turn. In 2015, with the release of ECMAScript 6, also known as ES6, the language took another giant leap forward. Support for ES6 spread like wildfire. Browsers such as Chrome, Firefox, and Edge quickly adopted it, recognizing its significance in advancing web development. ECMAScript 6 introduced a host of improvements, including more concise syntax, enhanced object-oriented capabilities, and better support for asynchronous programming. This fueled the momentum for ECMAScript adoption, making it more appealing and practical for developers. As the web community rallied around ECMAScript, the pressure mounted on Internet Explorer to follow suit. Finally, in 2016, Internet Explorer 11 implemented support for ECMAScript 6, albeit with some limitations. This marked a turning point with Internet Explorer on board. ECMAScript could claim near-universal support across major browsers, paving the way for wider adoption. And there you have it, folks, the incredible story of ECMAScript, the language that breathed life into the web. It's a tale of innovation, collaboration, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. And as we look to the future, we can be confident that ECMAScript will continue to shape the web, enabling developers to create extraordinary experiences for users around the world. So next time you browse the web, take a moment to appreciate the unsung heroes of ECMAScript, the minds that made it all possible. And remember, behind every great piece of technology, there's a fascinating story waiting to be told. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. Keep coding, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.